Electric scooters are getting more popular across the U.S. A 2018 survey of 7,000 people by research firm Populus found 3.6% of people say they used scooters, and nearly 70% of people thought scooters were a positive alternative to ride shares. But as scooter use gains traction, so have the number of scooter-related injuries. Now, for the first time, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is getting involved. The CDC tells Newsy it's investigating dockless electric scooter-related injuries in Austin, Texas, and working with local and state officials to come up with a system to measure them. Scooter trips to the ER are a frequent problem nationwide.
Someone riding a scooter in downtown Nashville. You'll notice he passes a red light before getting hit by a car. Fortunately, police say he didn't suffer any critical injuries.
His daughter and her mother injured on the Mission Beach boardwalk on Friday afternoon. The pair were riding a motorized scooter when they crashed. The mother and daughter were not wearing helmets.
My ex sustained multiple skull fractures, and my daughter had internal bleeding from a ruptured or a fractured spleen.
So those injuries really run the gamut. So from very minor road rash to broken bones, a little bit more serious, all the way up to really severe head injuries. Those are probably the worst, but you can see a variety of injuries from those.
What are some of the most severe injuries that you've seen come in?
Well, head injuries really are the worst, and they rank in severity from minor concussions to severe head injuries that land people in the intensive care unit.
Here in Denver, e-scooter companies are in the middle of a trial period. A public health and environment study found that from August of 2018 to January of 2019, 63% of respondents said they had either been in a crash or a near miss with an electric scooter. Some cities already have more specific data to work with. In January, researchers published one of the earliest studies on electric scooter injuries, focusing on LA. The most common causes of injury were falls, collisions with objects, or being struck by a moving vehicle. Head injuries, fractures and cuts, and sprains or bruises were the most prevalent.
We had 21 patients who were pedestrians. These are people walking on the sidewalk who were hit by someone on a scooter. Some elderly people who didn't see the scooter in the road and tripped over them and got injured, as well as people just who got injured while trying to move or manipulate a scooter without actually riding.
About 5% of the nearly 250 cases in this study had been drinking. In almost all of those cases, riders weren't wearing a helmet.
You really don't see people with helmets, and that's huge. You know, those scooter tires are super small, so there's a more likelihood that you're going to fall off if you hit a pothole or something like that. So, in striking your head and having a head injury those impacts last a lifetime.
It's worth noting scooter companies like Bird include safety instructions online. They will even send riders free helmets. Lime, another scooter company, spent $3 million last year on a safety campaign. Bird, Lime, and Spin all say they're supporting the CDC's new research, which should be released publicly this spring.